It starts with a fledgling, and then from the nest despite the fall.
Hi guys, I'm here with Josh Pyke, who's touring with his new album, The Beginning and the End of Everything. Hi Josh, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Pretty good myself. So it's been a big year for you. You've just had a baby, now you've released your album, you're on tour. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's good. It's always hectic. Life's been incredibly hectic for the last almost 10 years now, so I'm kind of used to the pace, but I feel particularly exhausted at the moment with a newborn at home.
Fair enough. And how has fatherhood affected your music?
Well, I mean, it affects everything, really, as any parent will tell you. But I think, in terms of music, the biggest thing is you have to kind of have a bit more structure to your life in order to create the music. So I've got a studio at home now, which I didn't have before, and that's helped a lot. So I can kind of close the door and have a structured, like 3 days in the studio a week kind of thing. So, that's the biggest thing is just kind of time management, as boring as that sounds. I mean, all the emotional stuff kind of creeps its way into the songs anyway, but the biggest change is actually just like managing your time and everything.
And sort of what were you influenced by when writing and recording your new album?
I'm always just influenced by my life, stuff that I've read, but stuff that I've experienced. So it's always just kind of like the things that I've been going through, and the last few years have been pretty intense, so there was a lot of stuff to kind of draw upon, so it wasn't too hard to come up with subject matter.
Yeah, definitely. In what ways was it sort of intense for you? Because I know there's a bit of a theme of death, isn't there, on the current album?
Yeah, I think the thing is when you have a kid, you start reflecting on, life and death and, like legacy and all that kind of stuff. It's just like the biggest change you can imagine. You go from just only really caring about yourself and and your partner, of course, but like really thinking you can do whatever you want, and then suddenly having this responsibility and everything. Just a lot of other personal things were going on, and it just like was an intense period, and it made it kind of. I had a lot of issues with the last album, making it. I had a bit of a crisis of confidence. So even getting over that as a creative person, like getting over that kind of confidence issue and just finding my kind of muse again was a big thing. But I got through it, I think.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And how does this album sort of differ from your previous albums?
I think it's it's just more developed. I reckon it's my best record. I really feel, I feel strongly about that, and I feel like if you don't develop as an artist, you're kind of just treading water. I don't think you need to reinvent yourself or anything like that, but I do think you just got to keep pushing yourself. And so I just felt like the way I made this record, pretty much at home, but then also with John Castle down in Melbourne, was a really great collaborative experience, and it was really fast-paced and instinctive and very creatively kind of energetic. And that just really felt, the other records have been, I love them and I'm really proud of them, but this one felt like the most kind of joyous record to make somehow, and I feel like that comes through in the music.
And you're going on tour, obviously, so you're going to 12 different cities in 3 weeks, so that's somewhat full on, but how do you sort of juggle that in family life?
We're just used to it, 12, 3 shows a week for 4 weeks is it's not that heavy at all. It's pretty cruisy, really. I go home in between those 3 days, so it's actually one of the easiest tours I've ever done, Usually it used to be like 6 weeks away, and you'd be away full time, for that whole time. But yeah, I've found a really good balance now, and it's just like it's just our life. We're used to it, and it's just the way it is.
Yeah. Sweet, awesome. All right, and one more question. It's a bit of a big one, but what would be your most favourite song of all time? That's quite a doozy of a question.
Oh my God, that's a tough question. Oh God, I don't know. You put me on the spot, but one of my favourite songs of all time is Owen's Lament by Augie March.
Yep.
I think that's just a beautiful song, amazing lyrics and amazing musicality to it, an incredible story. So yeah, that's one of them definitely. So I'll just say that's that one.
Go for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks very much for that, and good luck with your tour. All right. Thank you.
Cheers.